So I'd like us to conclude. It's important. We've had a long day. We've had a lot of discussion. I would like us to conclude on this issue. The alleged release of Nera of 32 out of Nera 39. Is it part of some of our influence and benefits? There is a cliche there from my perspective, but I want to first of all hear you both as we conclude this program. That's what we need to talk about. So let me hear from you, Barrister Fu.
Yes, the 37 from Taraba were our clients. With the lawyers I was leading, we were defending them and defending the Naira 10. And if you add 5 from Calabar, they were 37 plus 5, 42. But they have released 30 out of the 37 and 2 others. That makes it 32. The question is, why now? Well, they were not released in the court below. They were released by the Court of Appeal of Yaoundé. The matter was presented to the Court of Appeal, and the Court of Appeal dismissed the whole case against them. And they are now doing their administrative papers, and they'll be going home on Monday. The question that we ask is, what is happening? Have they seen the handwriting on the wall? Yaoundé is panicking. There's panic everywhere. As of this morning, there are soldiers on the street. They are moving armored cars from all over from the north and bringing all the heavy equipment, what they call the Shah, are down in Yaoundé. What are they preparing? Is that a war zone now? The next few days or few months will tell. But for what we know, it is not going in Yaoundé. Let them release all our people. They should release the Naira 10. They should release every Ambazonian that is being locked up in that damn prison unjustly. Well, they say, if you look at that video, Paddy, the video that gendarmes were jumping on one of us and beating him with a cutlass on the ground in mud. His name is Alphonse. He was sentenced to 20 years. And Dr. Sako and myself, we struggled and took an appeal. And his case is now in the same court that has released this 30. The Naira 10 also took an appeal, and that appeal is still pending before this very court. So we are saying that we want to see them release all our people, and that will be a good start for coming to the table. We are not begging them, but we are telling them that they should release our people right now. So that is all I know, Paddy. It is true that they will be released. They will be going home on Monday. 30 of them, plus 2 others, from two other Ambazonians who were also in that court of appeal. They were all released. 32 of them. The other 7 are going before the court on Monday, the 21st, to answer a few questions. I'm sure that they will all be released. Well, I cannot say I'm sure, but I'm suspecting that all will be released.
Okay. Prior to this time, the Nera 10 particularly the government would have won the case, fight on behalf of Nera 10 in Nigeria. And Nigeria requested them to be sent back into Nigeria. But Cameroon... Cameroon has...
Yes, I did that case.
Yes.
We did that case with Femi Falana. We did that case with Femi Falana, and we'll have the judgment. For this Naira 37, listen now. For this Naira 37, yes, for this Naira 37, the Nigerian court awarded them 200,000 naira each, and
I'm
since they are
getting there.
now being released,
Permit me to coordinate this, Barrister through. I'm getting to that point. I want to ask a question that's a follow-up so that Barrister Mbese can speak. We'll get to where you're going. I'm saying that Cameroon ignored the ruling of the Abuja High Court until today. Now, the framework that Cameroon is using to have these people released is also questionable. And
Paddy,
other
let's get the facts. Paddy,
you're going
let's get the facts.
hold on now.
No, let's get the
Hold on.
facts. Is
Hold on.
the judgment was against the Nigerian. Listen now, the judgment was against the Nigerian government.
Barrister
Nigerian
Fu,
government was now supposed to bring in Cameroon to execute that judgment. It was not issued against the Cameroon government.
when you have the chance, you're going to speak. I didn't say it was issued against Cameroon government. I am
Because he
saying
said
that. Hold on, Barrister Fu. Thank you. I'm saying that there was an order from Nigeria to have this individual sent back to Nigeria. Correct. Am I
yes.
correct? That's what I want us to get to. We'll get to your fast forwarded the discussion, and there's no cohesion. So what I'm trying to find out is the framework Cameroon is using right now to have them released has created suspicion rather than excitement. And this is what I want us to look at critically and closely. Barrister Mbesia, please talk to us. Barrister Mbesia, please, can you hear me? Barrister Mbesia, if you can hear me, speak to us, please.
He cannot hear you. There's a problem.
Barrister Mbesia, can you hear me?
There's a problem. There's a
Okay.
problem.
I'm gonna try to get him reconnected because his sound might really be an issue. I'm gonna try to get him reconnected. Maybe you should go ahead, Barrister Fu. I'm saying that the
Uh,
framework is used to release these people has created suspicion instead of excitement because there are those who are insinuating that Cameroon is releasing them for intelligence purposes. That some of them have
Are you
been
getting?
compromised.
Are you
Whatever the case,
getting me now?
whatever the case may be, Barrister Fro, I want you to speak so that I can rectify the issue, Barrister Mbisi.
well, Paddy, you are right. It creates a legal quagmire because they were supposed to have been released and sent to Nigeria. They are releasing them to the Cameroon public, into the Cameroon public. Uh, they are refugees. They are supposed to be released to where they were refugees. Now that they are releasing them, let's wait and see Monday where they will be sending them to. If they send them to Nigeria, then we can conclude that it's execution of the judgment that was issued against the Nigerian government. Because the Nigerian government participated in handing over these refugees to Cameroon in violation of an international convention. So we are waiting to see what happens on Monday, whether they will just be released into the Cameroonian public. And I don't know, they don't have any traveling papers, they don't know identification papers. So I'm still to see what is going to happen on Monday. But I am talking to Barrister Victor, and he will tell me where they have been released to. So
Now,
for
now, now
now,
I'm happy that you've now gotten where, yeah, I'm happy now you have gotten what I wanted us to talk because we don't want to overanalyze the situation and then get distracted with the real thing. There is a cliche,
well,
Barrister
I would
Mbisi.
suggest that we don't discuss too much that problem until they are released on Monday, and we'll see where they're going. Because we
Yeah,
don't want
Barrister
any
Mbisi,
impediment. We don't
yeah,
want
let
any
Barrister
impediment
Mbisi
to
come
that.
in.
listen to me. We don't want any impediment to that release.
Yeah, by Stambesia, please. I'd like to get your analogy. I
I
think
said
by
But
Stambesia,
so is
that
he talking? I
before.
don't know who's talking. Are you getting me now?
No, I told you to log out and log in
Are you getting
again
me
so that
now?
we could. Yeah, I can hear you now.
I've logged out and back. I get you, but you don't
Okay,
get
talk
me. You
now,
don't
please.
get me.
Talk now. Talk
Are,
now. I can
are you
hear
getting
you.
me now?
Yes, loud and
I
clear
was
now.
saying that. I was saying that what is happening is not what we are saying. They are not the type of release we're asking for. It's not a court release. We're asking for these people who are taken into jail, custody, all of them, to be released because they did nothing. This release, which you are talking 32, has nothing to do with the case they did in Nigeria. Absolutely nothing to do with it. Why? Because in spite of the Nigerian case, whatever Nigeria, these people were tried in the military tribunal in Yaoundé. They were sentenced, some of them to 6 years, some to 7 years. They took an appeal. It is the appeal court that released them for different reasons. They were still looking for the judgment. So I don't know. I think the Ayoktabe, Sisiko, and the rest did the same thing. They appealed. I'm sure their case was heard and
Uh,
the appeal was dismissed. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is these people were released on for having won their case on appeal. They have been sentenced in the court below. We don't want a court release because they did nothing. What were they sentencing them for in the first place? The arrest from the adoption from Nara, from Nigeria, from Taraba, was completely illegal. By that illegality alone, they would never even try them. Because in this country, we live in the United States. If a police guy took you on the road without a regular police warrant, the court would dismiss that thing. So it is the court ladies because they won the appeal on whatever merit we don't know. We don't have the details. But they have been released because they appealed their case. Not because anything happened in Nigeria, not because anybody did anything. But
By
I don't know
Stambesi,
whether it
I'm
was
sure
appeal
uh,
maybe
on the merit.
by Stambesi, by Stambesi,
But let
please
me
let
land
me
on my
proceed
point.
this. By Stambesi, I want us to be clear on my
Let you talk.
objective.
no, no.
I'm waiting for you.
I'm very well aware of what you people are saying, but maybe because of connectivity, you're not getting where I'm coming from. I am not
Paddy,
arguing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
he
I'm getting
cannot.
you.
He cannot.
No,
We're
I'm
getting
asking
you. I
if
get
all of
you.
you. Look,
I
I'm
get
not
him. I'm
arguing.
listening to him.
I'm not arguing the legal framework in Nigeria and what is happening in Cameroon, but I'm saying that the framework that Cameroon would have used to release them is creating suspicion. Their objectives, because we must factor out one thing: these were individuals protected by international law in Nigeria
Yes,
as refugees.
yes,
Two
yes,
major international injunctions were defied. First of all, Cameroon and Nigeria, they don't have an extradition treaty that whatever took place, therefore, was illegal. Number two, the law of non-refoulement in the Refugee Signed Convention also stipulated that protected or identified refugees cannot be sent back to the dungeons or where they're coming from. Now, what is Cameroon? Why is Cameroon releasing them within Cameroon? It's a site that
Paddy,
we have to look into
Well,
instead
let,
of sending them
I,
to
let,
Nigeria.
I was trying to come to that. I was trying to come.
Okay,
let,
okay, finish. Barrister
Well,
Blue has something to say on.
let me make my
Yeah, go
point.
ahead.
You don't let me finish. You're not letting me finish my own point.
No, go ahead. Your line is breaking. Speak.
Who is talking now? Are you letting me?
Yeah, I said you should
What I was
speak.
saying is this. Whatever is the case, I'm speaking. Maybe it's not your connection.
uh,
I've said that whatever happened to them, they are being released today. In Yaoundé, the Cameroon law stipulates that if you are released, if you are in jail and you are released from jail, it is the duty of the government that took you to jail to take you back to where they took you. That's the law. That upon releasing Agwambala and the rest, they took him back to Boya. That's why even under the law of the 1970s, when they released uh, our people from Cholere, they brought them back to Kumba. That's their law. So legally, they are supposed to take to where they arrested them. Because their place where they were arrested, they should have been tried there in Kumba. And when you are released in Kumba, you go to your house. If you are arrested in Kumba, in Mamfe, in Bamanda, and take it to Yaoundé, upon release from jail, because you have served a full time, they will give you a certificate. They should take you back to where they took you. Because Yaoundé is not your resident. Right, looking for a way to go back to where you came from. Call it Taraba, call it Kumba, call it Mamfe, or wherever. It is responsibility of government. So legally, that's what I was trying to say. They are legally bound to send them to where they arrested them. In this case, where they adopted them. They adopted them from Taraba in Nigeria as refugees. Whether Nigeria will accept them back as refugees or not is a different story. But it is the duty of the government that brought them out from Nigeria, tried them in Yaoundé, and the own courts have found that they are not guilty of whatever thing they have tried them. The own courts have released them. And so it is legally binding on the government brought them to Yaoundé to take them to where they were, hand them
Point,
to be sure
point,
All
they
right.
arrive there safely,
point
hand them
taken,
there,
Barrister
come
Prue,
back.
please.
And I gave the example of
Yeah.
Amba.
Yes.
They took them back to Boy.
Uh,
They took Neba Fantin to Boy.
Point,
That's the
point
point I was
taken,
trying to make.
Barrister Prue, please.
Over to you.
I know you want to
yeah,
ask a
Paddy,
question.
Paddy, Paddy, I beg to differ. There are so many of our people who have been sentenced and their matters are in the Court of Appeal. So many. We have more than 2,000 of our people who are languishing in the Conde prison. 80% of them have been sentenced. And now they go and pick the Taraba, this Taraba 37 to see their case. It is significant. Your question is in order, Paddy.
Yes.
It is significant because these 37 are also mentioned in the judgment from Abuja. And why have they taken only these 37 and released them first? And where are they going to do to apply the law that Barrister Mbesa is talking of? That when they release you from prison, they take you back to where you come from. Are they going to take these refugees? These are refugees. They are no longer living in Cameroon. They were living in Nigeria and Taraba State. And is the Cameroon government going to take them back there? That's why I say we should leave this matter as it is. Let Monday come and go because they will be released on Monday. Where are they releasing them? The question I will be answering from Monday going forward.